Hey guys, this is Eric at SideQuest Comics, and tonight I am doing something a little bit special for you guys for Christmas. Something I've been noodling about for a little while, where I wanted to kind of go through a kind of summary read through of a story. And since it's Christmas, I wanted to go over this Marvel Holiday Special from 1991. And this is, I want to go, it was a couple different stories in it, but I wanted to go over the X-Men one. Now, the X-Men one is known for being a key moment. It's a key moment where they established Santa Claus as an Omega Leva mutant. Now, this story, it's called A Miracle a Few Blocks Down from 32nd Street. It's written by Scott Lobdell, Dave Cockrum, and Joe Rubinstein did the art. And this takes place shortly after the new X-Men starts. So shortly after Giant Size X-Men, this takes place during Christmas. So it has kind of that throwback feel. But what I wanted to do something special with it also is I actually am inviting my wife to come on and give her reaction. So come sit down and join me and introduce you to the interwebs. This is my wife, Mary.
Hello.
And Mary actually is not much of a comic book person, but I'm working on her. So I thought it would be interesting to get somebody's reaction to this story that kind of knows these characters. And just go quick overview. It's a short story, so it's not super long. You guys shouldn't be here for an hour. But like I said, I wanted to do something special for the holidays. So let me do some clicking and we'll bring it up and hopefully this works. Like I said, I've been noodling with this for a while. So let me turn that off. So we got a little side thing set up here, and you guys don't need to stare at us because we're going to focus on the story a little bit. Now, hopefully, if you guys don't have this, I tried finding this on some of the online, digital comics, and I couldn't find it really. So I ended up finding this copy, I think, for just a couple bucks. So if you guys dig in your local stores, you might be able to find it. But this is the cover of the Marvel Holiday Special. This is a big draw to this is just the fact that it's Art Adams did the cover art on this, and it's a wraparound. So you see Santa Claus there running from all the superheroes, almost like they want to beat him up or probably just want to steal his.
They want presents.
Yeah, they want to steal his sack of toys. So, but yeah, I mean, you got all the main players in here, and actually, all these characters that are on this cover are featured in some of the short stories that are in here. So let's go ahead and jump to our story here, and hopefully, you guys can see this okay. That's about as far as I could zoom in on it. Okay, so it's convenient. It's the very first story. And I did make some notes so I don't miss anything on this. But like I said, I kind of want to just go over it really quick, page by page, kind of talk about what's going on in it and actually get your reaction to see if you even know who some of these characters are. You should know by now.
You quiz me enough.
Yeah, I do quiz you enough. So this is the opening of the story. It's a miracle a few blocks down from 34th Street. You like that title? It's kind of a nod towards a different.
I'll go big classic movie.
Yeah, classic movie. Well, the X-Men are classic, right?
Well, yeah.
And like I said, this is shortly after this team. This is the new X-Men just joined together. So it's kind of a throwback. I mean, this came out in 91, so I think this team was only maybe 15 years at this time. Okay. So I'm going to test you here. I mean, this opening page, we find the new team decorating the tree. And of course, classic Wolverine being Wolverine. He's being Grumble Gus, Grumpy Wolvie. I mean, he actually says here, bah humbug, bub. So I like that. Colossus is trying to get him to participate, but he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to read the sports section here. So who do you think some of these characters are? I mean, go ahead and I want to test you, see how many of them you know.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I see Storm.
Okay.
All right. Nightcrawler.
Yep, you got him.
All right. The Bubs, of course.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Smoking a stogie.
And you kind of gave it away when you said Colossus.
Oh, yeah, right, so, I did. Okay. You don't know that guy very much. He's not very prominent anymore.
No, and it's
And-
not one that you get.
No, that's Sean. That's Banshee.
Sean.
Yes.
Superhero Sean.
Well, his superpowers. He has a sonic like scream that he does. He was featured in one of the movies. You may even remember him from X-Men First Class.
Yeah, no.
Okay, but yeah, he's kind of the whipping boy a little bit. He gets beat up a lot in the team, but he originally started as a villain for them way back in the 60s. So yeah, he's an interesting character. But yeah, so we open with the story with them decorating the tree and, you know, kind of basically coming together as a team. You know, it's a team bonding thing. And I like Nightcrawler jumping around the tree. You know, he's bamfing around the tree decorating. And
That's how we were last night decorating the tree.
Yeah, that's right, jumping around.
See?
And then, of course, the two flyers are putting the angel on top. So, you know, because it's so high.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to page 2. So page 2 here, we have an alert from the Mutant Detecting Cerebral. I always have problems saying that. And they're getting an alert that the most powerful mutant ever registered is showing up in the Rockefeller Center.
Oh.
So, you know, yeah, Storm's like, what's that sound? Beep, beep. And, you know, that's what they're talking about. And they all run as a team. We got to check it out. Professor X ain't here, so we got to go.
Let's go.
Break into his study. Let's see what the alert is. And of course, Wolverine, you know, they're questioning, is it going to be a foe or a friend? And of course, this is old school Wolverine, where he was always ready to throw down. So he's actually hoping it's a foe.
Yeah.
Because he wants to, tussle. He likes tussling back in the day. And of course, Colossus is like, no, we don't got time for that. And yeah, right here, see, Banshee's doing his little sonic scream. And they're charging off to go investigate.
There's always time for a tussle.
And how about that? I mean, look at Colossus manhandling him. I mean, he is like 5'2", and Colossus, I think, is 7'2" or something. I mean, there's quite a bit of difference. So it's like picking up a kid.
Toss me.
He's just an angry kid.
Yeah. Well,
who's hairy and, has a disposition of a Wolverine. But all right, so then let's jump over to page 3. So page 3, we arrive to find the new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. They're actually at the mall at the Rockefeller Center, and they're opening up. We don't really know what they're doing. Blob is commenting about how good looking.
His name is Blob.
That is Blob. Well, look at him. He's a big boy.
They're probably standing in front of Hot Topic.
Well, they might be, but I mean, he's commenting on how good the mannequins look.
Oh my!
It's a little creepy, right?
A little.
Well, that's the Blob's MO. He is kind of a creepy guy. I mean, he's from originally circus performer, so you can imagine that, the carnies.
Oh, I see. Yes.
But yeah, they're kind of getting distracted by the mall and the people, and this guy here, Eunice the Untouchable. So he's an older character that he basically has a force field around him. So you can't, it's the harder you go at him, the more this force field repels you, type of thing.
Oh, this would be an introvert's superpower dream.
And then see who the other team members we see Toad. Do you remember Toad from the movies?
No.
The very first movie he was in, he had the long tongue.
No.
Okay. And then this guy here wearing the potato sack, because his little cloak looks like a potato sack. That is Mastermind.
Not Mashermind?
No. Mastermind is known, he's an illusionist. He is actually the reason why Jean Grey as Phoenix goes dark, because he basically drives her insane with the illusions.
I might like him.
So you don't know what reality is and all that stuff. So there's a little summary of these bad guys. Like, okay, so the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants too is also the evil villain team that Magneto started originally in the 60s.
Okay.
So it's had offshoots. This is one of them. But yeah, so they're yelling at Blob. He's getting distracted. We're here to plot and, you know, destroy and blah blah blah. And they're I think looking for new recruits too.
Yeah.
But as they're looking, look who pops up.
All the good guys.
It's all the good guys incognito, but they've had history, so they recognize them right away, regardless of civilian clothes or not.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going to. It's going to. So yeah, they spot the team first, so they're going to get the jump on them probably. And I like this little panel here. So this kid is saying something to mommy about where's your beard and red suit. I mean, he is wearing a red blazer with a white coat. He thinks he's Santa Claus.
Oh, poor Blob.
Well, poor Blob, nothing. He says, "I got your present right here."
That's good.
Yeah, that's Blob. That's Blob for you. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go over to the next page, which is page 4. So we're right here. So they're trying to be sneak, and of course, Eunice and Banshee bump into each other. They have a little bit of a history, so they know each other right away. And I like the you and ye. I mean, he does have his own castle in, you know, Ireland.
Oh,
so and then it's on. I mean, he's just wearing his costume underneath his big long coat.
Oh, it's on.
He's ready to go all the time. So yeah, we have a little bit of you know, the Brotherhood is getting the jump on them. And you know, they start fighting right away. They're talking about, you know, they're there looking for you know, they're trying to locate and enlist the world's most powerful mutant too. They don't really come out and say how they know, but you know, comics. Who knows?
They don't know, they know.
So yeah, so it turns out they're both looking for this powerful mutant to enlist. Now, all this jibber jabbers going on, you know, typical fight. They talk more than they actually throw punches. Draws the attention of a certain Rockefeller Center Santa.
Uh-oh.
He's like, So then we go over to page 5. The battle starts. We have Nightcrawler, and he's fighting Toad. So they're very similar in power sets. They're acrobatic, you know, I like to say parkour fighters.
Well, it's a fair fight.
Yeah, so it's a pretty fair fight, except for, you know,
the lightweights.
Kurt's actually surprisingly a little bit tougher than the Toad. So he socks him one right there. And then this is my favorite. People always underestimate the Blob. So when he doesn't want to move, he doesn't move. He just absorbs the kinetic energy. And like Colossus just pounds into him. It's like hitting a doughboy.
Oh.
And then, of course, we got Banshee coming up from here screaming his Blob just grabs him. He's like, I don't think so.
Wow. I don't know. I out of this page, I am Team Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler is a fan favorite.
I'm digging the tail.
The tail. A lot of people like the German accent when they write him with the German accent.
Okay.
I mean, he's calling him her Toad.
Okay.
So they do a lot of that with Nightcrawler, which I like. They do it with Banshee too. You know, throw in a little bit of those phrases that kind of signal to you where they're from, I guess.
Little clues.
Yeah, little clues. I mean, they even do it with Colossus. Do you know what country he's from? Well, he kind of says here, you're pretty strong for a Rusky.
Oh, I would say Russia.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a giveaway right there.
Nah.
And then page 6, we have more fighting.
Oh, here comes the Bubs.
Yeah, we have the Knucklehead right here getting ready to throw down. Classic Wolverine. He didn't care who you were. He was the best at what he does, and he does isn't nice.
That's right.
So he's going against Eunice here. And, you know, he's got that force field going, and Eunice is like, he can't get through me. But the way Wolverine's going at him, he's showing a little fear. He might actually get through there. And then down below, we got Storm, the goddess. Also, she's in an environment she doesn't recognize. She's back in Kenya. And it turns out it's Mastermind doing his little mind tricks.
Oh, that's kind of tricky.
And she gets wise to it. She's no she's
no
joke. She can figure things out. And she pushes them over with a gust of wind.
You go, girl.
Yeah, I like that. Oof. And then, okay, so then we'll go up to here. So this is on let's see, this should be page 7. Yep. So just as the battle starts, it's like poof, the bad guys are gone. Where'd they go? Everybody's
where did they go?
Yeah, they're gone. Where'd they go? Another illusion, perhaps? They kind of think maybe it's another illusion.
Oh, good thought.
But then we see this right here.
Oh, that's a hand I might recognize.
It would seem your friends left something behind. So he's picking up what looks to be little action figures of the villains they were just fighting. And he hurries up and he grabs them and he, kind of stows them away because he doesn't want to just give them away. They're kind of wondering what the heck happened here. And Banshee's a little suspicious.
Well, I would be too. Look at Santa's face in that frame.
And this one right here?
Yeah, he looks kind of like this.
Go at Santa.
A little suspicious there.
He doesn't have evil intent. It's Santa.
I don't know about that.
Well, Banshee he was a former cop. So he's inquisitive. So he's got the
instinct too.
Yeah, he's got the instinct. So he's gonna ask him some questions. And he says, he's asking him where they might happen to know where he find a powerful mutant. And he asks him, his name. He's like, Mr. And he just answers Kringle.
Mr. Kringle.
Kris Kringle. And even Banshee's like, of course. I mean, if he had a little chin beard, he'd probably be going, of course. But then, as this Rockefeller Santa says, a mutant choosing sides during the season to be jolly? He's like, never, not likely.
No.
And then just like that, he taps his little nose, I don't know, he's got an itch there or something. But then we see zap. What's going on?
What's going on there?
And he's playing it off. Ho, ho, ho. Nice trick. And here I thought only one of them teleports, referring to Nightcrawler.
Where'd they go?
Interesting development. So then we have the last page here. Let me move this over so I can put it in center. So seconds later, they're outside without any of their memories from the fight earlier. They're in their civvy clothes. They're kind of acting like, I don't even remember leaving the mansion. They're just all of a sudden, like their memory was changed or altered.
They need to go home and have some eggnog.
well,
and sing carols.
What ends up happening is they actually meet up with Jean and Scott that were already at the mall Christmas shopping. And they just dismiss the whole weird memories of like they were missing out on something. Like something happened, they just couldn't put their finger on it. And they're kind of like, oh, well, look, it's starting to snow. It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a miracle after all on 34th Street.
Somebody brought them a white Christmas for a present before he skedaddled off. And then it says, the end. So that was the little short story. There's only like 8 pages. A lot of these are short stories in here. I mean, there's Fantastic Four. There's I like these little pictures they have in here of the Fantastic Four bringing home a tree. There's the Punisher. What can be any more joyous and Christmassy than the Punisher beating up villains? And then what else do they got in here? I think there's a Thor story. There's some.
Hey, look, a mailman.
I love reading these old comics where they got just like little blurbs and letters from the past. And yeah, we got a Christmas Bubs and some carolers down here.
There you go.
I'd like this little stuff.
A snowball fight.
Yeah, snowball fight with all the heavyweights right there. I mean,
that is a big snowball.
Look at that one She-Hulk's got.
Wow. You go, girl.
And then, I think this one is a Captain America story by Ron Lim. So there's a lot of little stories in these. And they did a couple different volumes. And there's a Ghost Rider one of all Christmassy stories, Ghost Rider. That's kind of different for me. And yeah, I mean, you can find a lot of these in the back issue bins. This, like I said, this one's from 91. I think they went up to 96 with these every year. Spider-Man and Mary Jane. Frolicking in a wreath or something, or yeah. And then I know they made these in the 2000s, and I don't think they've made them for a couple years now, but I always like these little Christmas short stories with your favorite comic book heroes. But yeah, that was the main one I wanted to do in this, where they established Santa Claus as an Omega level mutant. Now, the story's a little weird. They don't come out and say, hey, he's a mutant type of thing. But it's always credited as, because he's appeared in a lot of stories through the Marvel universe. So he's an actual thing, but he's kind of fictional type of thing.
Really?
And in this one, they just established him that he has powers.
Speed?
Well, yeah, you can get up and down those chimneys, right?
Well, he gets through all the world as well.
Yeah. But what did you think overall of this short story? I mean, it's a classic X-Men characters. It kind of ties in with I have it actually behind us, number 98, I think it is. Like where that one ends, that issue starts.
Okay.
But overall, what did you think of it?
It's entertaining.
And that's what these are meant to be, right? They're fun. I think these kind of books with the Christmas stories are great for kids.
I could see you as a little boy under the tree reading this, waiting for Mutant Santa to come and give you presents.
Oh, better than turning me into a
little action figure.
An action figure. That's kind of horrifying. You think about it, he turned them into action figures.
Well,
poor Blob.
Probably hanging on your wall.
I mean, I don't blame him with Eunice and Mastermind and stuff.
Yeah.
But poor Blob.
He got the raw end of the deal.
He's just trying to be, Blob. But yeah, I mean, you never seen some of those characters either. Like, and X-Men guys, yes. Banshee, you never knew though.
No.
Because he's not very prominent in the new modern age X-Men. He was for a little bit, but a side character.
Any of the villains, I don't know if I've heard of.
Well, Blob of all people, he did go eventually to be kind of an ally. But most recently in modern days, he is the bartender. He's the guy that makes the drinks at their tiki bar.
Oh, well, there you go.
On Krakoa, their little island.
Yeah, little mojito or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Toad's been around, Mastermind's been around, but nothing major with the modern. I mean, it's funny how some characters they're really big back in the day, like here. And even that was a throwback for some of the characterization of them. But they kind of get not really phased out, but they kind of, as the times change, they kind of get phased out because they don't fit in to the stories of whatever the time period is. So that's probably why you're not familiar with them.
Well, I know more of the traditional ones because that's just what you know.
Yeah. So, well, I think that does about it. I just wanted to do a quick kind of just review of the story, go through it. If you guys want to find this, I'm sure you can find it in your local stores, or you can probably find it anywhere online now.
Amazon has everything.
I don't know about Amazon, but eBay you can find it, I'm sure, and My Comic Shop and all those other online places. But I just wanted to go through this. I thought it would be fun to do it with you, to get your reaction to these stories. It's kind of classic comic book, I'm gonna get you type thing, and
good guy versus bad.
Good guys and bad guy. And there was some kind of like creepy stuff in there. I mean, Blob kind of
with the mannequins.
Yeah, with the mannequins.
A little odd.
I don't know. I guess that's just something
maybe
weird.
Maybe it's just him.
Yeah, could be just him, just being a weirdo.
Well, maybe he's shy.
Maybe, and they don't talk back, right?
Right.
But that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and go down below. Remember to give us a thumbs up. give me a follow, a subscription. Appreciate that. And comment down below what you think of this Christmas story. Have you read these Christmas stories? Like I said, there's other volumes. I think I have one of them behind me somewhere. Go scope these out. You know, this is the time of the year to find these comics and enjoy them for the holidays and just have good fun with them. Usually they're pretty lighthearted type of stuff of, you know, basic good versus bad, or, you know, maybe it's some kind of just adventure. So let me know down below what you guys think. And please go over to Instagram if you haven't. Follow over there. You can see some of the posts that I do on there. And this all I got for you guys today for this episode, something new. Let me know what you guys think. It's something that I kind of want to try to start doing. Maybe change my setup a little bit different, or who knows? We'll see. Let me know all your thoughts down below. I love reading your guys' comments. And until next time, you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And when you're out there searching for your comics with your Christmas gift cards, happy questing, and we'll talk to you next time.